What's up, everyone? Welcome back to DriveDriftX, the place where passion meets performance and where we dive deep into the cars that set your heart racing. Today, we're talking about a name that's practically carved in stone in the car world, the Porsche 911 Turbo 2026. This car isn't just about numbers or looks. It's about a legacy that has stood tall for decades and somehow keeps getting sharper. Before we roll into it, let me ask you this. When you think about the Porsche 911, what's the very first thing that comes to mind? Is it that unmistakable silhouette that hasn't changed in spirit since the 60s? The rear-mounted flat six that rewrote the rules of performance? Or maybe just the idea that this car has beaten the odds to stay relevant generation after generation? Drop your thoughts, because I know every 911 fan has their favorite detail. Now, the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo is a masterclass in evolution. Porsche never throws out the rule book, they refine it, perfect it, and push it further than anyone thought possible. The exterior still screams 911, but it's sharper, bolder, and more aerodynamic than ever. Up front, the LED matrix headlights have that futuristic signature while still nodding to the iconic rounded look. The stance is wider, lower, and more aggressive, giving it that unmistakable presence whether it's parked or flying by at 180 milliasems. The rear is all drama, with a redesigned active spoiler that deploys seamlessly to keep the car planted, plus LED taillights stretched into a razor-sharp light bar. Do you guys like when Porsche keeps that same 911 shape, or would you want them to take a risk and completely redesign it one day? Let's talk performance, because that's where the 911 Turbo earns its crown. The 2026 model packs an updated twin-turbocharged flat six that's delivering even more horsepower than before, well north of 650 horses, with torque numbers that push you back into your seat the moment you touch the throttle. 0 to 60 is dipping into the 2.5-second range, which is not just fast, it's borderline teleportation. And with Porsche's legendary PDK dual-clutch transmission, every shift feels like it was predicted before you even moved your hand. But here's a fun one. If you had the choice, would you keep the lightning-fast PDK, or would you want a manual gearbox even if it made the car a little slower? I know purists still dream about a manual 911 Turbo, but Porsche didn't stop with raw power. The 2026 Turbo gets refined aerodynamics, adaptive suspension, and torque vectoring all-wheel drive that keeps you glued to the road even when you push it in corners. This isn't just about drag strip numbers. It's about carving canyons, hitting track days, and still being able to drive home without breaking your back. Porsche always finds that balance of brutal performance with daily usability, and that's why the Turbo is in a league of its own. So I'll throw this out to you guys. If you could only own one car to daily drive but also take to a track, would you choose the Porsche 911 Turbo or something else like the Audi R8, McLaren GT, or even the Nissan GT-R? Inside, Porsche went heavy on refinement. You've got hand-stitched leather, Alcantara, carbon fiber, and enough customization options to make it feel like your personal cockpit. The digital displays are clean, responsive, and futuristic. But Porsche made sure the driving experience comes first. The steering wheel feels perfectly weighted, the seating position makes you feel like part of the car, and everything is laid out for performance. You can even switch driving modes with the flick of a dial, changing everything from throttle response to suspension stiffness. And here's something I want to know from you. Do you prefer when a performance car keeps physical buttons and dials, or do you like everything going touchscreen in the modern era? Then there's the sound. The heartbeat of the Porsche 911 Turbo. Engineers tuned the exhaust to deliver that signature flat six growl that builds into a roar when the turbos spool up. And with selectable exhaust modes, you can cruise quietly around the neighborhood or let it rip on the open road where the car practically screams. Tell me, do you think Porsche should always keep that flat six sound alive, even in the age of EVs? Or do you see a future where silence takes over? Price is where the 911 Turbo sits firmly in the supercar league. We're talking well over $200,000 before you even start adding Porsche's endless options list. And you know how Porsche is, you want carbon ceramic brakes? Extra. Custom paint? Extra. Special wheels? Extra. The price can skyrocket fast. But here's the real debate. Would you pay that much for a Porsche 911 Turbo? Or would you go for a Ferrari Roma, a Lamborghini Huracán, or maybe even a McLaren Artura at a similar price point? Porsche brings reliability and usability that the Italians sometimes can't match. But the badge game is strong, and some people just want a prancing horse or raging bull in their garage. And that's where the magic of the 911 Turbo lies. It's the supercar you can drive every day. Rain or shine, grocery store or racetrack. It doesn't break down every other weekend. It doesn't scream garage queen, it screams drive me. That's why it survived when so many rivals faded away. So as we wrap this up, let me leave you with a big question. If you had the money today, would you pick the Porsche 911 Turbo 2026 as your dream car, or would you go with something more exotic like a Ferrari or Lambo? And if you're more of a muscle fan, would you skip all that and throw down on a Corvette Z06 or Dodge Viper Revival instead? I want to see where you guys land because this debate is never ending, and that's what makes it fun. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to DriveDriftX, and hit the bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into the cars that shape our world. The Porsche 911 Turbo 2026 is living proof that legends don't fade. They just keep evolving, faster, sharper, and more untouchable than ever. Until next time, keep driving, keep drifting, and keep chasing passion with DriveDriftX.